Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Mostly Sci-Fi. My name is Mostly Sci-Fi and I'm your host. Please like and subscribe if you can, comment, you know, participate in on this beautiful channel. Right now I got I think 2,849 subscribers. We're on that way to 3,000. That's going to be a big milestone. So please, if you know anybody, ask them to subscribe and recommend my channel. And if you can, um, donate to the Patreon. I always have it in the comment section of whatever of the latest videos that I put out. Okay, so I'm working overtime. You guys know I want to do this um, full time, and I hope I can get some support out there. I know my channel is small, but I'm going to work hard for this whole year to try to get this channel where it's supposed to be. Okay, so um, the last videos that I did that you would probably like was Dark Mother. That is the audio story and Bug Hunt for Aliens Bug Hunt, the anthology. And so we listened to Dark Mother, and then I gave a deep analysis of it. And then uh, another one I did was Exterminators, which is another Aliens Bug Hunt story. And I did a deep analysis of that one as well. I also read Bud Hopkins' Alien Abduction. That's chapter 6. I'll be reading more soon, probably in the next weeks to come. I also have Clive Barker, The Hellbound Heart, which I did. I believe I did another one like 2 weeks ago. So I do this kind of like once a month because this takes a lot of work to do because there are a lot of voices in this one with the 3 Cenobites, and I have to go back and listen to how I did the voices because I didn't have the file saved. The file was not saved, and so I kind of forgot how the voices go. So I have to re-listen to this and go back and see if I can mimic those voices again. So that's a problem that I had with this one, and there's another problem that I had with Zeno Terry's Aliens vs. Predator, where I was doing that one. I know people like that one. I kind of stopped that for a while because I was doing Alien Revival. So it's this one. I think it's this one, yeah. Zeno Terrace's Alien vs. Predator. I really like doing that. Okay. We are going to go looking at, I like this too, doing a live stream. But the problem with this one is you can get copyright stricken. Okay. So today what I'm going to do is I am going to purchase an alien book live. Okay. So I'm going to do that live. I practice what I preach. So what I usually do is I got 1 credit available. And what I'm going to do is just put aliens. Okay. So usually they got like a list, and what I'm going to buy is enemy of my enemy, probably enemy of my enemy. Although I do like the other things. I got this one, Cerebrus Seeds. Most of these things, okay, that's in my wish list. That's in my library. In my library. They said that this one was kind of too woke. A lot of people were like complaining about this one, so I didn't know if I really wanted to buy it. Okay, so here it is. So they got Enemy of My Enemy, and then you got Colony War. And so I don't know which one to get. Probably Enemy of My Enemy. I'm not sure. Like,
Blackstone presents Alien.
okay,
Enemy.
she did good in. Well, she did Enter Cerebrus. The same lady that read this is reading this one. I can recognize her voice. And Infernal's Fall. I'm not sure. Yeah, this one I didn't get either.
The rhythmic scream of the klaxon woke Toru McClintock Riley from a dead sleep. She lurched out of her cot, bleary-eyed, bones and muscles aching from a 12-hour shift down the Svarog mine. Getting out of bed...
They said this one was woke too, so... But I gotta give one of them a chance. This one?
32. They waited half an hour, as they'd said they would.
Really likes reading the
Then
alien
Chad
novels.
fired up the stinger and nosed it around an hour.
Shiromi, Arserio. She's okay with reading. I just, I don't know. I think like some of these I want like a man to read. You know. Ooh, Ultimate Prey.
Another Mother by Scott Sigler. Miriam coughed up blood. She didn't know if it came from her throat, which had been caught.
Gosh, I'm like a kid in a candy store. I don't know which one to get. So it's either AVP. I'm definitely not getting this one because I like the one where they got like different stories and stuff. It's Alien vs. Predator. I don't know. Colony War. This one's gonna have to wait. And this one, I mean, let's look at the I gotta look at the reviews. Because there's always somebody who doesn't like it, you know what I mean? But she's like, meh, waste of a credit. So, okay, so he says, I'm a big fan of this series. Is an understatement, okay? If there is another Aliens book done by Dirk Maggs, I'll grab it. He's the gold standard. I agree. Dirk Maggs, anything that Dirk Maggs does when he produces stuff is really good. If you've listened to any of his stories, Dirk Maggs, alien stuff is really good. There's a concept brought up that's interesting, but then doesn't do anything with it. That alone wanted me to return the book. It might be picked up in another story, but I can't say I would care after throwing a good idea away. The ending is mostly anticlimactic after a good slow burn, and I hated the book for that. Okay. I get it, it's supposed to be something else, but so much was wasted to get there. It wasn't worth it. I suppose if it had been a screenplay, it might have played out, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to read all of this, but geez. It says there have been some absolutely fantastic stories told in some of the earlier books outside of the film, but are canon. For the life of me, I cannot understand why they have not been optioned. There's absolutely killer blockbuster material that could give this tired franchise the kick in it in the butt it needs to be mind-blowingly awesome while scary as F. Okay, so this one says finally back to the actual story, a tour de force, thoroughly enjoyed, finally back to Aliens. Oh, she said, finally, after 4 terrible books, we are back to what Aliens should be. Not some SJW trans garbage, but an actual Aliens book. The story makes sense. The strong female characters make sense. They're not just shoehorned into a storm to fulfill some weirdo leftist wet dream. They are actually thought out smart actors. Kudos to the writer. This story had all the classic Alien images. Okay, story was okay, better, but still not like the originals. Enjoyable and worthy addition to the universe. Extremely horrible narration. Narration is just like either you like the reader or you hate them a lot of times. I got a lot of people who hate the way I read, and then a lot of people who like the way I read. Back to Aliens with no political agenda. Gosh, this is so mixed. Oh, jeez. It's not enough to make me pull a trigger, you know? Ah, jeez. All right. What I'm gonna get Colony War. I'm gonna get Colony War, and if I don't like it, I'm just gonna turn it in. Just do Colony War. I don't really like the reader that much in some of these. Like, she's good in some things when it's she's not a bad reader. It's just not the perfect. It's not like the Cold Forge reader. All right, I got it. All right, let me show you Aliens Cold Forge. All right. This is absolutely the perfect Aliens book. So let's see the ratings for this. I think this is me. Yeah, I wrote this here. This is my review. I said, I'm a huge Alien fan. I have many of the books, seen the movies over and over. The Cold Forge is a masterpiece. Dorian is the perfect antagonist. There are few fleshed out antagonists leave a long-lasting impression on me. Annie Wilkes, Patrick Bateman, and Dorian. Alex White did an excellent job with his characters. I felt for Lucy, Blue, Javier, and especially Dorian. Michael Braun was excellent. Please team up again. Hey Alex, can we get a prequel for Dorian? He's pure narcissistic evil, the definitive sociopath. I don't know what I meant to say. Actually, about the alien for a brief moment to delve into the mind of a monster. I meant to say I actually forgot about the alien for a brief moment. Excellent, great book. Had me on the edge of my seat for the whole 11 hours. Okay? Not an alien story. Very unsatisfying story. See, okay, so you're never gonna I guess you're never gonna make everyone happy. I love this book. It sucks. No, this story was good, and I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna let you listen to just a sample of the Cold Forge
before stubbing it out with trembling hands. Smoke hisses out through his nose as he grits his teeth. The computer is wrong. Alphonse Canner has a $2 million company life insurance policy, purchased on his 18th birthday. He made the payments, and it continued in perpetuity, regardless of employment status. It would cost the banking division significantly more than the average loss of an employee. If he died due to an on-station accident, it would have been even worse. Hands blur across the keyboard again. Dorian finds Canner's contract, signed and certified by some idiot more than 2 decades ago. Clicking from one link to the next, he locates the insurance policy, opens it, and rapidly scans the terms. He lets out a shaking breath, because he's right, as always. Suicide exempts Canner from the payout. Even better, it came before he ratified the generous severance package they'd offered him. So no, Canner isn't awash. He's a $2 million score that Dorian, not banking, brought home. Muscles tense, Dorian rubs his clenched fists against his suit trousers. The banking operations unit will receive credit for the diminishing trend in payouts, but this is Dorian's win. He considers adding a comment to the line item, perhaps firing off a message to his superiors, but he's here to save billions, not millions. He can't sweat the small stuff. Dorian. A voice comes from his open door. Jana is there, standing ready, clipboard in hand. He smiles, then considers his anger and introduces a pained quirk to his lips. He needs to blow off some steam. You okay, buddy? Dorian shuts his computer screen. Can I be honest for a moment? She places her hands on her hips and smirks. This had better not be a last-minute pass. He stands, stretches out his arms and strides over to her, his fine Italian shoes heel-toe clicking. He has an impressive height for such an avian frame. No one expects him to be as large or strong as he is, not when they see him at a distance. Jana ever so slightly draws her arms in close. He has wide shoulders, and when he is 2 paces away from her, he thrusts his hands into his pockets, elbows out, thumbs hooked into his trousers. He wants her to know that he could surround her, devour her. I just wanted to talk. To you, specifically. He gives her a practiced, pained smile. Everyone hates me, Doctor. I'm fully aware of it. I spend most of my days on a ship, mostly in cold sleep. Then I come out and right-size an organization. Then I go back to sleep. She cocks an eyebrow, but doesn't back away. He's read her correctly. Everyone has a job to do, she says. All I ever see are people's personal tragedies. Dorian's gaze wanders out the window, as though he can't make himself look her in the eye. He bites his lip. You can smell it on me. But she's smelling his something else. Scent is the strongest mnemonic, and he wonders what baggage comes with his. Cigarette smoke, she says with a coy smile. Not personal tragedies. And speaking of cigarettes, do you have another? Dorian's eyes lock with hers, and he feigns a grin. I thought you didn't smoke, Doctor. She shrugs and takes a step closer. Everyone has a job to do. Mine is promoting a healthy work environment. But I'm about to be off the clock. In all of her cajoling and admonishment, she'd been lying. How could he have missed that? What else had slipped past him? There's a flash of heat in his gut. Not lust, but anger. Between this and Canner, the whole damned outpost ought to be scuttled. They're doing things wrong.
Yo, Dorian is, oh my god, he is just the craziest antagonist. And I just love it. I love it. Alright. Boom. Proceed to checkout. Continue purchase. There we go, guys. So I'm going to be listening to Colony War, and then after that I'm going to give you my review of it. And these are the things that I also want. They're on my wish list, like Women in the Dunes, Dune, Enemy of My Enemy, You. I'm liking that TV show. Miss Marvel, I don't know why I got that. I was just, no. This one's good. Confessions of a Cartel Hitman. State of War, Gang of One. Yeah. So, yeah. And we'll talk later. So, this is mostly sci-fi. Well, mostly.